Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Indarto. My student number is 2413042057. So today I'm going to talk about morphology. Morphology is basically the branch of linguistics that look at how words are formed and what they are made of. In morphology, we deal with something called morpheme. Morpheme. Morpheme is the small unit of meaning in a word. For example, the word cats. Cat has two morphemes, is cat and s. And cats mean, well, a cat and s it tell us that there are more than two morphemes. It's same with the reading, it's read and ink. It has two morpheme. In some word it's just one morpheme, like just cat. Oh, sorry about my right. A word can consist of one or more morpheme. No, just only one or two. It can be three. Okay, for the next is okay. There are two types of morpheme. It's free morpheme and bound morpheme. A free morpheme is one that can stand on its own, like real, cat, bag, lamb, and a bound morpheme. On the other hand, can stand alone. It has to be attached to another morpheme. Think of the prefix like an or the suffix like ed or us. By themselves they don't mean too much, but when you attach them to a root word, they help change the meaning. Speaking of the roots, like it is roots, that's another thing we talk about in morphology. A root is the core of a word. It carries the main meaning. An affix is something to attach to the root. Either at the beginning it's called prefix and at the end it's called suffix, or in rare case even in the middle it's infix. Yes, it's infix. For example, for the prefix is unbelievable, is start from prefix un and believe, and it has the suffix able, is become unbelievable. Okay, now let's talk about the two main processes in morphology. It's derivational and inflectional. In the first, derivational morphology is when we add suffix to create new word or change the class word, like turning beauty into beautiful or care into careless. So it's not just adding stuff and the stuff is prefix or suffix. So it's saying how the word function or what it's mean. It change the class of word and it change the meaning of the word. Okay, the next is inflectional. Inflectional morphology is different. It doesn't change the core of the meaning or the category of the word. It just adjusts the form for grammar, like work to work becomes works. For the third person singular, or quick becomes quicker, quicks become quicker, or quickest to show comparison. Okay, the next material is morphological process. A morphological process is a way to change the structure of the word to create a new word or adjust its meaning. It is similar with the previous material. It is derivational and inflectional. Okay, the first material is affixation. This one simple. It when we add an affix like prefix or suffix to root word. For example, you take the word happy and you add an at the beginning. Now it's unhappy. Now it's sorry. Okay, now it's unhappy because you're at a prefix. It's changing the meaning of the word from happy to unhappy. And the second is suffix. For example, is kind. You take a kind and add the ness to make kindness. Okay, next is compounding. This is when you combine two or more morphemes to create a new word and its new means. For example, is tooth and brush is two different things, and if you combine it and it's called compounding, it's become toothbrush. Or you combine sun and flower, it's become sunflower. Okay, next is reduplication. It's when you repeat a word or part of it to create a new form. For example, is full reduplication is repeating the entire word, like when you say bye and you repeatedly is become bye bye. And partial reduplication is repeating part of the word, like when you say mother, just you just say ma and you repeat it, it's become mama and it has same meaning with mother. Okay, next is conversion or known as zero derivation. This is when a word changes its class without adding anything. What's the meaning of adding anything is we don't add we don't put x's is prefix or suffix. For the example is book. Book can be a noun and can be a verb. In the context, book as a noun, like novel, diary, or assignment book is book as a noun, and book as verb is reservation or reservation. Is reservation for a hotel. Okay, the next material is clipping. Clipping is basically just copying of part of a word to make it shorter or shortening a word by deleting part of it. For the example is telephone. Telephone. For now, most people is called that things just a phone, not telephone. Or when we say professional, so for now it's just called pro, especially for like in mobile games or in games online in the tournament, we just call them a pro player, not professional player. I think it's because professional is too long and we can just say pro. Okay, the next material is blending. Blending is combining a part of two words or more words to form a new word. For the example is brunch. Brunch is from breakfast and lunch. It means you do breakfast and lunch in the same time. And next is smoke. Smoke is from the word smoke and fog is is type of air pollution. Okay, the next is suppletion, the process where irregular forms of a word are created from completely different roots, like how the past tense of go is when not good or good become better and then best. Is totally irregular and not following the rules of the word, like if is the past will you add suffix ed when it's a past tense, yeah, something like that. Okay, the last but not least is acronym and initialism. Wait, why I can separate it two of them because it's, I think it's like the same material but a little bit different. Is there are two ways of forming word from initial, and the first is acronym. Acronym is word from the initial letter of a phrase pronounced as a word, and the initialism is more word from initial letter, but its the letter is pronounced separately. In the simple way, if you can say it like a word, it's acronym like NASA, and if you pronounce each letter separately, is that is an initialism like FBI. Okay. Okay, that's all for me. Sorry if I do some mistake, and I know I do that. And thanks for watching this video until the end, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.